Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrander, and we pick up in Genshin Impact with Amber in one of the three temples.
This is it. One of the deserted temples of the Four Winds. These temples have been left to waste for years now. The people of Mondstadt almost never come here. There's a chance there's a monster nest or hilichurl camp inside. Even Storm Terror has given up on its own temple.
Did you just say its own temple? Storm Terror has temples to it?
Yes. I also find it hard to accept, but Storm Terror was once one of the Four Winds. Huh? Wait, did you just feel that?
What?
The wind here. Something's off. Let's go in and take a look. Be careful. The dragon's power is disturbing this area.
Very well. Now we enter the Temple of the Falcon. Looks like I can come back here for some more Prima gems a bit later. But first, deep within the Temple of the Falcon, the Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destructive rampage. Venture forth with Amber the Outrider to the Temple of the Falcon and stop Storm Terror from gaining the power within. At the moment, we don't actually have enough people for a full team. But, I'll rearrange this slightly.
There's still a long road ahead.
Oh, how exciting!
I do love how enthusiastic Noelle is when you bring her along. And she'll absolutely be useful for this. After all, she's the only character in my group at the moment who can both provide a shield and heal.
You can use that console to open the door. Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
Looks like we have some obstacles to burn. Amber has the ability to aim and shoot. While aiming, her arrows will accumulate charge. Once fully charged, the arrow will be imbued with pyro. Use pyro skills to ignite combustible objects. Yes, it's actually something Amber is still very good at. All the way into the late game. Still not very much in the way of rewards. After all, we're very early yet. Getting a full artifact set together, a single one, mind you, will be a priority, but we're going to wait until I can get, let's see. I forget the exact name of it, the Deepwood artifact set. Use Elemental Sight to see the elemental attributes of different objects. Each element has its own color. Green symbolizes Dendro, which can be ignited by Pyro. Opponents' wooden shields are attributed to Dendro, which can be ignited with Pyro skills, rendering them defenseless.
Windblade!
Oh no! A horn! The fighting must have got them riled up. Well, good thing I prepared my secret weapon, Explosive Puppet Berry Bunny.
Yes, in some ways, Amber is very similar to Ganyu. Although I will say Ganyu is far better than Amber is. Not least because Amber's charge shot has an AoE effect on it. Whereas Amber's is single target only. That said, Ganyu is basically just Amber in all other respects, or most others anyway.
Are those explosive barrels over there? Well, one shot should be able to blow them up.
Indeed.
Bet you can't keep get 'em. Let it rain.
Trick, of course, is that, well, let's see. The burst for Amber and Ganyu are virtually identical, both being a barrage of missiles from above. The trick, of course, being that Ganyu's hits a lot harder and covers a much wider area. It really is the difference between a 4-star and a 5-star, after all. And unfortunately, thanks to that, Amber's just never going to be able to keep up.
It's so high. Seems like there's something up there.
But how do we get across?
Fly.
Isn't this a pyro monument? If we hit it with a powerful pyro attack, we might trigger it.
Oh, we're well past that already, Paimon.
Dragon's breath. Is that where the power's coming from? Great. Let's smash it. Phew, I'm tired. But at least this way we've helped Jean out. In the past, we were at least able to defend the city and keep it safe. This, of course, is mostly thanks to Jean. But now with Storm Terror directly attacking the city itself, the winds change, so too should our tactics.
Considering the quotation marks, I assume you're quoting someone.
It's what Lisa likes to say. Speaking of which, the 4 winds we were discussing earlier, if you want to learn more about our history, you can ask Lisa. I'm not saying I don't know our history, it's just... I mean, a librarian is supposed to be more knowledgeable than an outrider, right?
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Amber. You are young yet. Alright. Going to be able to make a couple of wishes after a while. Though I wonder... should I wish on Yelan's banner? Or should I wait until Kazuha becomes available? After all, him and Maulani, I think it's Maulani, are available in the next patch when 5.0 drops. So it might be worthwhile waiting. Okay, let's get some of the primos for reading all of the tutorials. And we have our first Sele. I think that's how you pronounce that. Hopefully they'll mention it. There's your pedestal. Oh, and something is aggroed on me. Oh, there it is. Dendro slime.
Yeah.
Come on, get up. Okay. I really don't like the little dendro slimes. Because they have a nasty habit of making you wait.
I'll catch up.
As they will just sit in the ground. For an annoying amount of time, as you just saw. And now we have another statue of the Seven. Which will also open up a bit more of the map for us, too. There we go. And it's gonna be a while before I can access the Spiral Abyss. Need to be adventure rank 20 to even attempt it, after all. So, not much point worrying about it now. We're only at rank 6, after all. Haven't found many of the oculi, either. So, no point worrying about that right now, either. Ah. And we have electro monuments too, and cryo. And we don't actually have any characters to open those with right now. As a general rule of thumb, grab any and all collectibles you see, regardless of whether they seem to have an immediate use. Quite a few of them will be necessary for upgrading characters. And many more are good for crafting. And just for your own sanity, grab all of the Sele you can. Follow them to their pedestals. It's worth it, I promise you. Ah, we have a few more artifacts. Let's see if we can put together a few extra pieces. HP, crit rate, and HP. We'll put a crit rate on Aether, I guess. Ah, we actually have a substat on something for once. Okay, having an artifact is better than not. Yes, no full sets yet, but one step at a time. Now then.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Aether's elemental skill actually hits decently hard. And again, he does have the only...
I'll keep this close.
He does have the only upgraded weapon in my arsenal at the moment. So let's see. Oh, another dendro slime up ahead. Let's see if I can sidestep him. Nope, he spotted me. Let's just run around him. Now, animo oculi are around. Oh, there it is. Hidden in the tree.
Oh, it's one of those consolidated wind things. Let's head back to the statue of the Seven at Windrise and offer it to the gods. Well, you should come with me. Paimon will tell you about the rest later.
Back in a moment for that. First, I'm going to activate this fast travel point. And yes, do grab all of those as soon as you find them. It will be a colossal time waster if you don't. Ooh, I'm gonna run out of stamina. I forgot how low your stamina really is this early. So getting more oculi will be very useful. If I remember correctly, you can level your stamina by
I'll keep this close.
upgrading the statues of the Seven. Though I must say, you're not allowed to do as much upgrading as I would like. After a certain point, it just doesn't give you stamina anymore. That said, it'd be relatively easy to break some aspects of the game if you just had infinite stamina. Okay, now...
It's a statue of the Seven! Let's make an offering and see if the gods respond.
Very well. And we only need one. Yep, max stamina increased by 7 points. So not exactly a spectacular improvement, but it's something. Alright.
Can you feel the blessings of the Seven? In Mondstadt, people call them animalculi. They can be fitted into the statue's eye. Some stories say the statue's eyes originally had gems that were taken by swallows, but animalculi never had a physical form from the start. People with visions collect them to offer to the statues as blessings. Unlike others with powers, you don't have a vision. But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway, so keep offering animalculi and maybe you'll receive more blessings.
Oop. I was trying not to break off what Paimon was saying. Trying to not interrupt her, but then they interrupted her anyway. Okay. So there's another animalculus high up in the tree. I will be searching for those, obviously. But I won't be devoting much time in these story-centric episodes to it. Ooh, can I make it? Yes, I can. Alright. And then we have another one somewhere over this way. At the moment, finding them is relatively easy. Oh, now I see it. Can I glide down to it, or will I be... nope, too high. Ah, but there's another mechanic at play. Yes, you can ride the wind to reach your objective. And we have a whole bunch of hilichurls.
Go, Baron Bunny!
Steady as stone.
And now you see why I like Noelle. Her burst is a lot of fun. The only problem is that she is very, very slow to actually recharge her burst. Ooh, got him in the face. And now finish him with Aether.
Is this an answer from this world?
Looks like we have another artifact, though a 1-star artifact, so nothing impressive, alas. Still, every little bit helps. Now then, let's wait for my stamina to come back. Yeah, definitely gonna have to build up my stamina and get as many of these animoculi as I can. Because having this little stamina is annoying me. Drastically cuts down how far I can run to start with, slowing down our trip a fair bit. Oh well. For the moment, it's not too bothersome. We're not really going cross-country yet. Though, when I do make a break for Sumeru to make him Dendro MC, then I'll probably find myself annoyed with the lacking stamina. Because then I'll be in for a lot, and I do mean a lot of climbing and running. But we're going to get through pretty much all of the Mondstadt storyline as is. Alright, next up will be Kaeya's temple.
You've arrived. Come closer. Can you smell that?
I can smell burning pyro slime. There's a fire right over there, and I probably smell that.
Something must have happened in the temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilichurls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power. Oh yes, it is going to be lively in there indeed.
No doubt nothing more than a disorderly mob of creatures.
Oh, you're quite the brave one, aren't you? It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity. Let's head in. No one makes offerings to the Four Winds anymore, yet the old winds never vanish. We need to clear out the temples for the Four Winds.
Very well. Temple of the Wolf. I forget, was it Boreal or Boreas? Deep within the Temple of the Wolf, the Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destruction. Venture forth with Cavalry Captain Kaeya to the Temple of the Wolf and stop Storm Terror from gaining the power within. And this time, I believe anyway, Kaeya will be joining us. I forget whether we actually get to keep him as a party member right here, or if we have to get through more of Mondstadt first.
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our adversaries.
Yep, alright. Now we have Kaeya. Trial version of him, anyway.
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
Wait, how do you know?
Experience. The kind of experience you get after years of dealing with things like this for others.
Is that a note of resentment? Having to do it for other people? If there is water around, opponents may become wet. Cryo skills can freeze water. Hydro opponents or opponents that are wet. Utilize this elemental reaction to gain an advantage over your opponents.
Dodge this!
I will say, I've always preferred D-Loop over Kaeya.
Traveler, unless I'm mistaken, you don't seem to have a vision. So how exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
It was a very strange occurrence.
That's putting it mildly, Paimon. Also,
Freeze!
Kaeya is the first means you have of ice bridging. Which is, well, doing exactly what it sounds like, using his elemental skill to create a layer of ice to walk on, allowing you to cross otherwise impassable bodies of water. That said, well, there are some places you can get to doing that. Don't try getting to Inazuma this way. While it might technically be possible, you will be struck dead by lightning. As Raiden really doesn't like intruders. A flamethrower's core is what gives it the energy to shoot fire. Use cryo skills to temporarily disable flamethrower's cores and stop them from shooting fire.
Dodge this!
How annoying of you.
Freeze!
Now, another thing I can point out. Kaeya and Noelle have a contradiction. And
Dodge
that is to say, Kaeya can freeze opponents, but Noelle is a claymore user, and her hits with her normal attack will shatter the enemy.
Ah, finally, we're here.
Seems the path ends here. Let's use the wind currents to fly up.
So basically, using Noelle and Kaeya in a freeze team could wind up undoing the freeze and costing you some time that you might otherwise have had with a frozen enemy. Something to bear in mind, and the same thing applies with Amber, actually. Her fire can also unfreeze the enemy by melting them. Pyro slime, just like you said. The blue stone in the center of the room is hydro amber. Breaking it will make it rain, making everything in its range wet. Nope.
Water! We can use this to put out fire.
Good idea. That's some keen observation. We should get Jean to give you a title and make you a knight.
Going a bit far, don't you think? Okay. Incidentally, Kaeya also has the advantage of being the first tall man in the party, meaning he can run faster than anybody else we have at the moment.
Cool it! Speaking of, did you know? Storm Terror was once one of the 4 winds. I'm not aware of the exact details. If you're interested, you can ask the acting Grand Master about it. What's the hurry?
Let's see. I was hoping for more treasure, but oh well.
Is that the thing that Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Seems probable. Let's deal with it.
Yes, just like at the Temple of the Falcon.
Bravo! What a performance! You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just fought were sights to behold.
That's nice of you to say. But you keep insisting I am a knight, or that I should become one. And I would know your reason for pushing that.
I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty. Stories of your heroic deeds to save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future. Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time. I also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing.
Aether is too young to drink.
Quite rewarding, no?
We've seized another temple from Stormterror's grasp.
I can take care of the rest here. You go take care of other things while I'm at it.
See you later then, bye-bye.
There's no way hilichurls organize an ambush like this themselves. Not with their limited mental capacity. Thus you were behind this.
Quite the
Knights of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
Quite the introduction, D-Luke. But we shall see how things go forward.
Kaeya, Knight of Favonius. Please allow me to join you on your journey. Guarding you on your journey sounds far more entertaining than any of the usual Favonius stuff.
I see. Alright, so we did in fact get Kaeya as a playable character. And we have a new sword. Which is convenient, as I was not about to give him the Sword of Ascension. So Kaeya would need a better weapon than the dull blade. Defense percent. Unfortunate. Kaeya, to my knowledge, does not scale off defense. Nope, he does not scale off defense. Ah. He recovers HP. I forgot about that. But his healing is based on his attack, not his HP or his defense. So, let's build the Traveler to start with. Ah, Elemental Mastery is always helpful. And Noelle can use that defense. Still don't have many artifacts to go around. Oh well. We're building up slowly. So, on to the next temple. Down there, okay. On the one hand, it would be tempting to simply run that distance, but on the other... At the moment, our stamina is so low that it would take a while. And besides, there's still more goodies to collect out in the wild. Let's see if we can get this fast enough with Amber. Alright, yes we can.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Now, let's take a snipe at them.
I'll race you there.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Too close. I'm surprised how little damage that actually did. I'm willing to bet that Noelle's shield took the brunt of it.
A reward on the road.
Ah, another berserker piece. The 2-piece set bonus for that would be very useful. HP % with a defense substat. Still, plus 12% to crit rate is nothing to sneeze at. Okay. Cross over here and make our way toward the updraft over there.
Is this an answer from this world?
Ah, some more sliminess.
Steady as stone.
Freeze! Windblade! Is this an answer from this world?
Alright, let's go up here right quick and break open this little rock face. Having so little stamina is getting annoying. Okay, let's get you cooled off a little. And then blast. And we got some more.
Ooh, wonderful.
Okay.
Windblade!
Now that reminds me. I do have some items to help level up. Ah, wonderful. Aether is now level 20. Let's see. Ah. His ascension material will be a little harder to get, though. Now, let's level up Noelle next. As for weapon EXP, we'll divert most of it into the Sword of Dissension. For the time being, it is my best weapon. By a fair margin, in fact. Everyone else is using a 2, 3, or a 3-star weapon. So yeah, Sword of Dissension will go first. If only leveling up also improved his stamina. Oh well. Minor details.
Leave it all to me. Get him!
Oh. Fell off the cliff. Thankfully, it didn't matter too much.
I'll keep this close.
Looks like we got 2 new artifacts. And it's a goblet for a change. Attack percent is definitely better than defense for the traveler. For Noelle, the defense goblet would be better. Going to be a slow progression, however. Let's take it in about... Oh! And then I missed the Animoculus. There we go. And on to the 3rd temple. And getting to mess about with Lisa. Not seeing her. Oh, there she is.
Hey, cutie. You're going to help me out, too? How kind of you. Don't hesitate to come to me if you need anything.
And why would a librarian be here at the ruins? Kind of a silly question considering that she has a vision on her. Meaning that she does in fact have magic powers. Well, come to think of it, where is her vision? Can't see it at the moment, or I'm not seeing it.
Good question. Well, because Jean trusts me. So you should as well.
Alright, onward. We actually have a whole bunch of trials. And a whole bunch of trial characters to use. Kind of interesting that Ningguang and Shanling are here, considering they're both from Liyue. Oh well. Deep within the Temple of the Lion, the Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destruction. Venture forth with Lisa the Librarian to the Temple of the Lion, and stop Storm Terror from gaining the power within. Now, in this case... well, Lisa's going to be added as our 5th party member. Though, I'm debating whether or not... well, rather, who I'd be replacing on this team. Unfortunately, I'm tempted to say I am going to be sidelining Amber going forward. Kaeya and Lisa both have better AoE abilities. Their bursts are far more useful than Amber's is. Unfortunately, her AoE is just far too small. And Noelle, by contrast, has a great deal of value with her shield. And the fact that she can heal, too. Oh well. We're only talking in the short term, though. Long term, I have a lot of building to do and a lot of characters to get before I make any really good team compositions. A reach too far. When opponents are defeated too far away, they might not produce any drops. Yep. Like if you snipe someone with Ganyu from a bloody countryside away, then you might run into problems like that. And now Lisa joins us.
I guess I could give this a go.
Yes, and now she is temporarily our 5th party member. Ah, there's the vision. It's on her necklace there. Necklace? I guess you'd call it that. Tied to her collar, at any rate.
I knew it. There is a strong elemental energy coming from deep within this temple. Paimon, are you able to float across?
Can't do much even if she does.
Good point. We'd better start looking for a way to get up there then. Let's ride this wind current, shall we?
Let's see now.
Leave it to me. shock.
Let's have first go with the overload reaction.
You're in for a little shock. It's an electro monument. No one.
Lisa's elemental skill can be unleashed by pressing or charging, or charged by holding. When the skill is fully charged, releasing it unleashes an area attack, dealing massive electro damage.
Let me try to activate it with a bit of electro power. Stand back, sweeties.
I do quite like her elemental skill. Though it looks like I didn't charge it long enough there. And there's the chest we saw through the bars there. And they have a few more. Looks like Kaeya will be useful here.
Oh, so sorry.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. When it comes to wet enemies, I've got them covered.
I dare say Kaeya might have you beat in that department. Literally freezing them solid. I was kind of hoping that would explode all the chests, but oh well.
Oh, another wind current. Let's ride it up from here.
Way ahead of you. Alright.
Chain lightning can be set off between electro-charged opponents. The electrical discharge caused by friction is only a little less shocking than love at first sight.
An interesting comparison to make, Lisa.
Oh, you want to know about this gem? You're kidding. You're seriously asking? This is a vision. It's used by the Chosen to draw on elemental powers. In terms of mysticism, I suppose you could call it a magical lightning rod. What? You've never seen a vision? Just where exactly are you from? Are you a hilichurl with some level of reasonable intelligence? No, I doubt it. After all, hilichurls aren't exactly known for their smarts. And you'd more or less qualify to be a magister's apprentice.
I wonder. So hilichurls have never... I would assume hilichurls would actually know what visions are. At least enough to recognize them as dangerous.
Break it, and we can head home and relax. The thought of putting my feet up and relaxing has me all fired up.
Fired up, eh?
Dragon of the East, Lion of the South, Wolf of the North, Falcon of the West. They are the four winds of Mondstadt, affiliated with Barbados, the god of Anemo. The Dragon of the East, Storm Terror, its real name is Dvalin. Though most in Mondstadt seem to have forgotten that in all this Storm Terror business. So now you know why Dvalin is only able to channel 3 of the four winds' power. Because it has been consuming itself from the beginning.
And why would Dvalin do this? What would drive him to turn on Mondstadt and its former master?
Because of hatred, I presume.
Hatred?
Hatred for Mondstadt. Hatred drove it to become something more powerful than the wind itself. To become Storm Terror.
But why would one of the four winds hate the city it was supposed to protect?
As a child of Mondstadt, it's something that's really hard to say aloud. Here, take this. It's a very old story from more than a century ago.
A story from long ago. Let's see. Well, we'll leave the temple for now. Not that we have much of a choice in the matter. And now we should gain Lisa as a permanent party member. And the storm has cleared.
Don't worry, darling. I'll take very good care of you. So...
Phew, it's finally done. Well, all that lay, flow, and elemental line stuff Lisa was going on about should hopefully be back to normal. Want to go back and see how the knights are doing? But if you got anything more
Might as
interesting
well.
to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we obtained another animalculus in one of the Four Winds temples, right? We might come across more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
Prologue Act 1 complete. There are various ways to obtain Adventure EXP and raise your adventure rank. Whether it be completing various quests, looking for chests, completing investigations in your adventure handbook, revitalizing leyline blossoms, you can obtain Adventure EXP from these activities and increase your adventure rank. More challenges and opportunities will also open up to you as your adventure rank increases. Oh, and another one we can't access. We just did that. Looks like we have a few lower level quests that we can undertake. But I think I'll end today's episode here. We've done a fair bit. And we'll be doing some more story business. Starting, it seems, by speaking to Catherine. That said, we might have a go at dashing over to Sumeru. Just to make the main character Dendro affiliated. We shall see. But that'll be for the next episode. Until then, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play. And as always, have a good day.